I have zero artistic skills. My artistic skills are a joke. There's artists at Disney that have my artwork on their walls as ironically, because it's hard to sell what it is.
That was Jared Bush, writer of Zootopia, producer on Raya and the Last Dragon, and writer and co-director of Moana and Encanto. Welcome back to Write for Animation, the channel that helps you become a professional animation screenwriter. My name is Pietro and I'm also an animation writer with no artistic background. And knowing how hard it is to get into the industry, I just had to ask Jared this question.
But what's your gift?
Many of us, we don't have artistic skills, and this is a question from our amazing audience. And what would be the best way to get into the industry as an outsider somehow, but with a strong passion for animation?
Yeah, it's a great question. Many writers, and I think especially people that are drawn to animation, are visual writers. That's something that that I really enjoy doing, which is when I'm writing a scene on a page, I'm really thinking through what that's going to look and feel like. And I try to write towards that, meaning as opposed to just giving the information, really giving a sense of that visual space. That's something that's, I think, is critical to get into the industry. It's tricky. You know, I'd say when I first started Disney animation, it's 11 years ago, I'd been trying to get into Disney animation for years before that. But as a writer, it's difficult to do so because all of the stories at Disney Animation come from within. It's you know, ideas from the filmmakers there. My first animation job was actually before Disney Animation. I pitched a show to Disney XD, Disney Channel. And this was about a year-ish before I went to Disney Animation for Zootopia. That was a great crash course. That's something where I could bring an idea from the outside into Disney. And that was my first real exposure to animation. I was very lucky in that Byron Howard was looking for a writing partner for a movie called Zootopia. And I had a meeting with him and it was like a perfect marriage. He and I think very much alike. And it was a story that I loved. And so I got in that way. I think, interestingly, the script that he read of mine that got me that meeting was not an animation script. It was like a hard R, like adult comedy, but it had these character interactions that I think Byron really liked, and he knew that he was interested in for Zootopia. So to find your way in, I think it's a couple things. One, it's not being afraid of writing things that aren't animation friendly. You know, I think it's like, go to your strong suit, whatever that might be. One of the things I found over the last decade, bringing other writers into Disney, is it's really about point of view and it's about voice, and understanding what your voice is probably the most important thing you can do, which takes time. It's not easy to do that. Figuring that out, very critical, so that when someone reads your work, they go, oh, man, I love this dynamic. This is a very interesting way this person looks at the world. I can't wait to work with that person.
Jared Bush was also producer on Raya and the Last Dragon, a movie that we analyzed in this in-depth video. Go watch it now if you want to learn how to create better characters' arcs.
There are different ways to sort of try to get involved. I mean, obviously right now, you know, there's many ways to get material out online or streaming, you know, like on a very limited budget that you can at least get something out into the world. But I'd say everyone has a different path to get in there. I think passion, super, super important. You have to love it. You have to know that it's going to take time, and that's okay. And then, your voice, understanding who you are and how to put yourself on the page.
Thank you, Jared. That was really encouraging. Animation is a highly collaborative art form. And if you've been trying to get into the animation industry alone, I'd love to invite you to join our encouraging community that helps you start and finish your script. We meet over Zoom once a month, and you can join now from our Patreon or learn more about it from the link in the description. I can't wait to meet you there. In the meantime, go write something great.